the road here at Arenas Stuzzic in Ljubljana, which has been such a wonderful host for these championships. Passing will be so important for Italy. And there's an early containing block that causes a problem there for the Italians, and that's a freebie really for France.
Well, Engepeth with some early service pressure from the inline. You have to expect France to be super aggressive with their service game, but then also a glimpse at how good the France block is right there on the first play of the match.
Engepeth rips that one a bit too long. Aces were the story in the VNL semi-final. France sent down 11. Italy just couldn't deal with it. Engepeth had 4, Patry had 3. And a first look at Yuri Romano, the lefty. He zips one over, catches the net cord. Grebennikov picks it up, and straight into the block goes Boyer. Well, we had a glimpse of the French block. We had more than a glimpse of the Italian block right there.
Triple block right out of the gates by Italy. Klevno had to step into set. Really only one option. He goes high ball to Boyer, and 3 blockers in front of him, shutting him down.
Romano again serving Grebennikov. Now Brizard will get there and send it all the way. Cross court there, and a risky play there, but Klevno has managed to fashion something out of that. Very aggressive set, this.
It was a tiny bit tight to the net, but Klevno was able to push that ball past Gianni's block.
Ginaniese, 2-2. It's a perfect pass. That should be a kill, and it is for Romano. Backside, all off a perfect service reception for Italy.
It all starts with a pass, Nick. Italy took care of that one, passed it perfectly. Lavia, great passer. Gianelli didn't even have to move for that. Leaves one blocker in front of Romano, and he hammers it cross court for the winner.
Lavia sends one down the line. Klevno picks that one up. Klevno will pick himself up, but run into the block there. And now it's not quite the set that France were looking for. Irvin Engepeth was asked to handle setting duties, and that didn't work.
Questionable choice this time from Engepeth to go quick to Le Goff as the non-traditional setter. Brizard had to cover the hitter, and Engepeth trying to make that connection, but missing.
It'll keep Lavia there. Strong, aggressive serving both sides early on here, and then Boyer is blocked out of it once again. It was another gang of 3. Gianelli was there, Ansani was there. And between them, that was a white wall and no way through there.
Now, this is a very good start for the Italian block and defense. Getting shoulder to shoulder, 6 hands in front of Boyer twice now, and 2 block points for their side.
And a real quick-fire start here as Lavia continues these very good serves. Klevno picks that up, goes for the dink. Oh, lovely rescue, but it's over on first touch, and Le Goff gets a freebie, and France get a much-needed side out.
Well, the France offense isn't really firing quite yet. A good pickup here by Romano, selling out for it, but it just goes over the net, and Le Goff is there to take care of that one. Almost a foot dig from Romano.
That's too long from Boyer.
So Boyer off to a bit of a cold start for France.
You know, I was just thinking that, and I thought I'll keep my mouth shut. But yeah, I was just thinking, I wonder if he's Coach John is having a little think about bringing Jean Patry in here if this carries on much longer. Brizard will now try and set up Boyer, and right on cue, Boyer says, "No, you don't need to be changing anybody."
Yeah, that time a nice in-system attack. You see really only one blocker in front of him, Michieletto, drifting past him, and Boyer finds that seam for the point.
Klevno goes for a soft one. Right off speed, that one. And that'll spin away off the Michieletto hit.
Another really good pass by Italy, something that they have to utilize tonight. Michieletto getting his first point of the match as well.
Both these setters can send down ace serves. Let's see what Gianelli can come up with here. Oh, Grebennikov has handled that absolutely brilliantly. Oh, what a pass from Grebennikov.
Now that's a missed serve by Gianni. You cannot serve the ball at Grebennikov at all. Just not a smart strategy. Japan didn't do it at all in the match the other night, and that's exactly why.
Le Goff with a dipper that Balasso manages to pick up, and that'll go far side and cross court. with a very, very important put away there is Alessandro Michieletto.
Really nice play there from Italy. Bit of a broken pass, but still up to the net that Gianni knows where Michieletto is. Goes for that long approach and then hard cross-court angle for the winner.
So Michieletto at 8-5, Italy. Again, it's Grubenikov, and that's too good. That's just too good. Well, you said don't serve Grubenikov, but if you serve that well, you can serve anybody.
Well, Michieletto going after it. You can see Italy's being aggressive from the inline. And this one to the seam of the left side of Grubenikov. Catches the ace as Ingapeth can't bring it back.
And Andrea Gianni says, seen enough.
A very strong start by Italy.
And a shaky one. You know, we did talk about this match coming over today, and we'd alluded to it already. Less than 48 hours between that draining 5-setter against Japan, that emotional battle against Japan. It will be interesting to see how they respond. They're certainly not up to game speed yet.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting topic to discuss that they had the second match on Monday evening against Japan that went late into the night, finished up at about 11:30 p.m. local time. And now the first match here, just 2 days later, less than 48 hours. And I think we're seeing some tired legs from Boye. And it's an interesting dynamic that France is going to have to work through in this match.
Well, Andrea Gianni does have fresh legs on that bench, should he decide to want to switch it up. As I say, 11 of the 12 Olympic gold medalists came over here to Slovenia. Boye, Balasso picking that up and then saying, no. Oh, no, he's looking, no, I thought he was saying, no, I didn't get it, but he's looking at the chair and saying, I did get it. And the chair says, no, you didn't. And there's no real fuss either. Well, there's the hit from Boye. Oh, well. Brizard sent a short one in. That's a pretty comfortable pickup there for Anzani, and it's finished off again beautifully by Romano. Off to a strong start here.
Yeah, that's a really nice swing from Romano on the right side. Ingapeth leaves a little bit early, but Chignese had to respect Anzani through the middle, even though Italy hasn't set their middles yet. Romano gets the point.
Anzani. Oh, the little push. Oh, that's come back on Gapeth now. Getting involved, and then too good, and again a little bit shaky on both sides. Again, Italy with a chance, and just rather snatched at it.
Well, Ingapeth, one of the best attackers in this event. Obviously, he can swing from the left side, the back row, but also the right side in that position.
Ingapeth at 7-10, set one. That's a real beauty. Michieletto couldn't deal with it at all. Romano setting from a mile back, and it's just push over and hope for the best here for Italy, and they get the block. It's Ingapeth again setting Boye, who really ripped through that. Boye's starting to go through the gears here.
After a slow start, they continue to go to him. Have to set your opposite, especially at this level. Credit to Italy for stopping Chinese's first attack through the middle as well. That's a very important side note of this matchup.
Ingapeth with the dipper that Balasso picks up. Pipe attack from the backcourt, and Michieletto drives through for an Italy side out.
Just a perfectly executed pick attack from Michieletto as Gianelli runs away from him. Plevno, Chignese have to dive in, and Ingapeth just misses it on the defensive side.
Romano. Oh, that's a beauty, and it didn't miss by much. Oh, well, I say it was a beauty because it was a very clever serve. It just drifted wide at the last second for him.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive serve, and you can tell Italy is being aggressive from the inline, and so far those errors are okay because it's getting France out of system.
Chignese serving. Balasso's handled that one perfectly, and there's the result. Lavia drilling through with options all over the court really there for Gianelli off that pass.
Balasso, a perfect pass again. Legoff jumps on Galassi, and Lavia goes outside the block of Boye and down for the point.
Yeah, it was long, but again, it's been the story of this first set. Very, very aggressive on serve here, Italy.
Have to be aggressive. You have to get your opponent out of system as much as possible. If that means you miss a couple of serves, then so be it.
Yeah, Boye's serve is a beauty. Gianelli has to scramble around, and that gets picked up. Grebennikov takes care of that, and then Ngapeth is blocked out of it as well. So Grebennikov will say, well, let's go with a quick reverse set. And Nicolas Le Goff can take care of business, which he does.
Nice work by France to extend this rally. And credit to Le Goff to be up and ready to attack on that back quick in transition.
That was over-ambitious from Boye. That was always heading well off course. Galassi. As you say, the aggressive serving, and you mentioned it earlier, it does come with a price tag. You're going to get service errors.
You're going to get service errors, but you're also going to get block points, as we saw at the very beginning of this set.
Le Goff flukes one, and just like that, France are level off the net cord, and it drops for an ace for France. Clevenot sending that one in. Oh. And they left that one alone, and they were right to leave it alone. Gianelli. It's been a very solid recovery this after that slow start from France. They're now level. Boye has been going through the gears. And Ngapeth hitting well. Down the line is too good from Romano, side out.
That's a great swing from Yuri Romano on the left side. He doesn't get a lot of opportunities in that rotation to attack on the left side of the court, but as Gianelli got pushed backwards, goes against the flow, and Romano against Brizard gets the winner.
So Micheletto will serve at 15-14. Italy looking to keep the pressure on here. And Ngapeth takes care of that. Boye gets blocked and it drops in. It was a long one and it hung in the air there, but I think Ganzani will claim it, although he had Lavia alongside him. Either way, it's a block point for Italy.
That's why Anzani is in the court. He's a very experienced blocker. Getting his first block point that time as France was once again out of system after that less than perfect pass.
And Italy jump out into the lead now once again. Well, they don't quite fluke one. Brizard picks that up. Ngapeth. And that's going to be too much contact with the net from, I think, Anzani. Might have been Romano. One of them certainly touched the net.
Now that's an unfortunate turn against Italy. That net violation by Romano right there, giving the point to France.
So Brizard. Balasso deals with that. Lavia sends it deep. Perfect. Good execution again.
Lavia's off to a great start for Italy as well from the left side. Just another perfect set, and it splits the arms of Boye, goes right through his block that time.
So it'll be Anzani. Sends that one in the direction of Grebennikov. And too good a hit there for Ngapeth. Took it off Lavia and away.
You can tell that Brizard likes that matchup with Lavia blocking against Ngapeth on the right side. His second point from that side of the court.
Ngapeth. Oh, foot rescue there somehow off that net cord. And he's going to swing into this Lavia, and I think he's missed. Ooh. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been a highlight reel point if they'd put that one away. Well, it was the net cord that did the damage. Reflex rescue with the feet there. Fernandino De Giorgi's turn to call a timeout as France again draw level.
Concentrati adesso su questo, al massimo. Dove sta adesso? Ale, va bene. Voglio dire, stiamo andando decisi a tirare. Se ci va fuori così, non vi preoccupate. Vai, 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 vai. Fuori questo,
Yeah, a couple of times they've had the lead here, Italy. Took an early one, then built it up again in the middle phase of the set, and France have pegged them back both times. So who can make the move as we get down to the third phase of this first set? Engapeth nets side out. So that'll bring up Romano. And he too nets. We're going to see the specialist server, Yassine Louati, come in for France. And we've seen, particularly against Japan, Matt, that he can do some damage.
He does have a very good serve. Got Japan out of system in that 5-set win for France. So hopefully the strategy is he can do the same here against Italy.
Louati sends in an off-speed one. Backside it goes. Oh, Brizard picks it up, but it's just too good a hit from Romano, who's had a very solid and steady opening set.
Yeah, Romano's been good for Italy so far. Nice move from Klevno, and Brizard's in the right spot. Right in his basket, but he couldn't contain it. It was up and out of play, and Italy gets out of that.
So it'll be Lavia. We know he likes to go aggressive with his serves. Engapeth takes it really well, and Boyer finishes it off, but a lovely pass from Engapeth.
It's a really good sign for France as Boyer gets that point from the right side in system in the front row.
And now Boyer will sit down because Patry will come in to serve. Oh, it's close, but it's in the end. Blocked there. Micheletto was contained, and he'll have another swing here. That gets picked up by Klevno. Well placed for the cross-court. Klevno will take a three-man block on, and it's drifted again. Another net violation from the Italians. One of those three defenders caught the net.
Now that's their second net violation in the second half of this opening set. Smallest of margins there, brushing the net.
But
France earned that point.
Yeah, and it means for the first time France are the front runners here. And a one-handed set. And again, we're going to see another net violation there. This one goes Italy's way.
Lagoff into the net after he deflects the ball. Unfortunate, because France was going to get a chance to counterattack, but back-to-back net violations, and Italy takes the ball back.
So it's Galassi, and he nets. France really putting the pressure on here as the Italian serve, the longer this first set has gone on, has cooled off. They started very strongly, but we're seeing a lot of errors from them now. Klevno. He goes off speed as well. Oh, lovely hit. Absolutely super hit from Romano.
Really great attack by Romano. Another perfect pass from Balasso. One-on-one, Romano against Engapeth. We saw Engapeth struggle to block the left-handed opposite from Japan, Nishida, the other night. See if he can make the adjustments tonight against Romano.
And more service errors from Italy. I mean, you know, they are coming in bunches right now. We see, again, Andrea Gianni shuffling the deck as far as his specialist servers are concerned, and now it's Quentin Jouffroy, a middle blocker, who will come in. with Le Goff checking out. Really mixing it up from the service line here, Gianni. Jouffroy down the line is picked up pretty comfortably, but so too is that from Lavia. And Gapeth can't get a winner. Gianni shoves everybody out the way and says, there you go, Lavia. Into that, somehow kept alive by Ngapeth, who will have a go here. Oh, huge play there for France. That could be a set-winning point.
A very big point for France. Italy not happy with how Ngapeth played this ball off the block in the previous attack. Looking for a lift violation against Ngapeth, but France takes that point. And Italy calls their second timeout now.
Adesso stiamo accelerando alcune situazioni. Manteniamo sempre la tranquillità. In battuta andate sereni, nel senso pensate solo al lancio e a quello che dovete fare. Cominciamo, se no, ragazzi, siamo lì, ragazzi, ci mettiamo a un punto, li prendiamo, li prendiamo.
It's been a great response from France after that slightly shaky start through the first third of this set. They've certainly been going through the gears, and they're in a position to wrap up this first set now. Jouffroy got a bit overexcited. And it's Italy needing a point on serve, and they only have 2 opportunities. Here is the first of them. Michieletto. Oh, Clevenot's done really well there. Ngapeth looks to finish the job, and again, it's another net violation. Ngapeth this time, and there is that point back.
They got that one back. Michieletto with a really aggressive serve. Got France out of system a little bit. Then you see right there on the replay, Ngapeth into the top of the net on that attack as the ball was set just a little bit too tight for him. Now France calls their second timeout there.
Sappiamo, buona battuta, quindi qua si lavora con gli schiacciatori, lavoriamo con le coperture, con pazienza. Ragazzi,
Well, Andrea Gianni will be so frustrated at that one. France have put themselves in a position where they could grind out this first set. But we certainly seem to have had a few faults at the net in the last few points. That one very costly for France. Instead of the French looking at the possibility of a set point play, we're level at 23-all, and every chance that we're going to go beyond the 25 points here. Michieletto, wonder if he'll stay aggressive. Yes, he does. Grebennikov picks that up. Brizard has to move a little bit, and that's a down the line rip from Patry that is just too hot to handle. Oh.
Now Patry got inserted into the back row to serve for Boye. He stayed in, and you have to utilize him. He's 6'8", 6'9", one of the best opposites in the world, and set him in situations like this. He's able to attack and score the point for your side.
So France on the front foot. That brings up set point. I wonder if Brizard can put some pressure on with this serve here. He went for a big one, didn't he? But the service error means we do indeed go beyond the 25. We're going to see pinch hitter come in for Italy. Riccardo Spertoli, the backup setter, is on court. Gianelli staying in as well. That's a regular substitution. And Spertoli rather sends that a little bit deeper than he would have liked.
That's the 9th service error for Italy in this opening set. They were in control of this one, and their service errors have come back to haunt them a little bit.
Well, if you absolutely, positively, definitely have to have an ace, this is the man you'd like to bring up. Here he is, Ngapeth serving for the set. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. Gianelli can't control it at all, and that is it. A huge serve from the man who you'd want to be serving for the set. Irvin Engapeth comes up with a big one, and France come from behind to take the first set in this quarterfinal.
Wow, what a serve from Irvin, challenging the serve reception of Italy, and then Gianelli with a very rare mishandled set to wrap up set number 1 for France.
He was under pressure, wasn't he, Gianelli? No question about that, but he'll look back at that and say, could have done better there, could have done more with that. Having said that, you have to say the quality of the serve as well, putting all that pressure on the Italians. So they fell behind early. They fell behind again in the middle phase of the set, but they went through the gears when it really mattered. And it's France who take this first set, 26-24, and this is how they did it. Just 12 to 10 attack points, 3 blocks for Italy. But the big plays when it really mattered from France.
The number that stands out to me is 12 opponent errors in favor of France. Most of those were service errors, and then that final set error from Gianelli really was the difference maker that allowed France to come back in, because Italy had them up against the ropes. Strong service pressure, and then it just escaped them. It vanished. Missed a lot of serves in that second half of the opener. That gave France some momentum, some confidence, and they were able to fight their way back. Once they got the lead, they never gave it back, even though we went into overtime and it was a deuce game. France showing some good fortitude there.
The general rule of thumb is the higher the percentage, the better it is for the setter to run the offense. For Italy, it was a 47% success rate there for Simone Gianelli. There's a few going awry there.
47% is pretty good number, especially at this level. You would think Italy would go through the middle more on their offense, but they only set their middles once. Galassi only scoring 1 point in the opening set. And pass that well, you have to activate your middles.
Well, let's have a look at the numbers then for France. It's a lower figure, a significantly lower figure. And a lot of that was happening early. A lot of the chaos was being caused when Italy were really serving well at the beginning of that set, but then they cooled right off.
Well, after getting yanked in the first set, not really yanked, just replaced by Patry, Boye is back on the floor here to start set number 2. No changes on the Italian side. Anzani and Galassi still through the middle.
It's hard really to talk about the French opposites as a number 1 and a number 2, isn't it? Boye, Patry.
Yeah, they're very interchangeable, and you can see Coach Gianni isn't afraid to make the switch at any time and still expect production from both players.
Daniele Lavia to get that first set underway. It's going to have to shrug off the disappointment of letting it slip. Engapeth picks it up, and that's a whole bunch of trouble there as Stephen Boye just a battle with the net cord, and he came second. Lavia drills that one. Engapeth picks it up, and Boye wins that battle with the net cord. It's 1-1 between Boye and the net cord.
Like to see Brizard going right back to his opposite after that attack error, just threading the needle underneath Micheletto's block that time.
Brizard.
I have to say, Nick, this is a heavily Italian crowd in the arena, and they're very good timing with their noisemakers and horns on the Brizard serve.
Galassi's serve is picked up. Engapeth sends it deep. Lavia is there. That's Romano, runs into the block. Bartolome Chinenese says, I'm reading that one, that's coming back.
Well, it was only a matter of time before Chinenese gets involved on the block and defense side. This time a great move by him and Boye. I love the slow motion there. Look how far over the net those two get.
Ngapeth. Yeah, he goes long. I do love that guy in the crowd with the air horn. If he seriously thinks he can put off players of this level, he doesn't know much about this game. He really doesn't. Save your energy, mate. Floated in. Way off pace from Gianelli. Gianelli will set from the back of the court. No winner there from Micheletto. Brizard checks his options. That was a clever one. He looked off there. He looked behind him as if he was going to tease the reverse set and then instead fed Cleverno.
Now, it's one of those skills that a great setter has to have. The glance through the net to see where the blockers are and also where your hitters are. This time Cleverno going hard cross court for the winner.
Chinenese. Oh, Nicolas Le Goff wins the one-on-one stuff. Big time.
Well, this was going to be an issue that we wanted to talk about before the match. You and I talked about it, Nick, is how Italy can activate their middles on the offensive side. It's Anzani's first attempt, and Le Goff shuts it down.
Chinenese skids one off the net cord and out. Takes a little hop off the net cord. But you're so right what you were saying earlier. You know, it's not like the Italian middles are playing badly. They're just not getting involved at the moment, either on offense or on defense.
And they weren't a huge factor in the win over Cuba either in the round of 16 match on the offensive side.
Well, a service error as Micheletto sends one deep. Boye up next in the rotation. They're outnumbered, but they're colourful, those French fans.
Four straight service errors for France.
Hey, maybe that air horn is having an effect.
Well, a quick geography lesson. Slovenia shares a border with Italy, so about an hour away from here is Trieste, so it looks like a lot of residents of Italy have come to the match to support their team.
Which is great to see. We got a whistle here as Le Goff was ripping through, and it's gone against France.
Yeah, Le Goff made contact with the net after the attack. Drifted into the net for that violation.
Anzani of Civitanova serving Ngapeth, which is a very comfortable take for him. Oh, the big block comes back. Lavia, Anzani alongside him, and that's a big defensive play for Italy, and they needed it.
Lavia's right hand getting into the seam, shutting down the Boye attack, and now Boye gets replaced by Patry in the back row.
Anzani goes short again. Cleverno picks it up. Cleverno swings through this and absolutely drilled it at Gianelli. Puts the hand up to say, hey, sorry, but what a hit from Trevor Cleverno that was.
Cleverno with just a sneaky no-look line attack here. Hammering that one, catching Gianelli up high. Ball ricochets off the shoulder and up into the crowd.
Cleverno with another one of those dippers, and that's sent back. That's Brizard, I think, claiming that one. They tried to fool the French, and they weren't fooled.
Just good discipline right there by Brizard. The setter stays in the seam. Galassi tries to attack it, but nice hands and good read by the setter for that block.
7-all. Lavia stretching for that one. Lavia will swing through this, and he's stretched for that one as well. He's missed it.
Now back-to-back points for France. Come back, they've regained the advantage now. A rare hitting error from Lavia on the cross-court attack.
Cleverno keeps the pressure on. That's going to be too good. Lavia off the block and away, and Italy get themselves back level again.
And France knows they should have gotten a dig on this. It's a good deflection from Brizard. Klevno just a little too far into the court. Can't pick that one up, and it's a side out for Italy.
Grebennikov picking that up. Engapeth into the block. Grebennikov turns setter. Patry goes for the dink, 3 of them there. Lavia swings into the block. Balasso keeping it alive. Romano can't find a winner. Brizard's there. Grebennikov again setting up Engapeth, and Engapeth's turn this time to go very, very wide with his swing.
Oh, just missing the hands on that attack from Engapeth after Grebennikov had to go with the jump set.
Best rally of the match, and it goes Italy's way. Romano stays aggressive. Klevno's done really well with that. Patry, does that take a touch? No, it does not. It's a big miss from Jean Patry down that far side.
And now it's France's turn to give back those consecutive errors. Engapeth and Patry both missing on the attacks. And Andrea Gianni decides to use his first timeout.
Abbiamo fatto la prima azione, siamo stati bravi, rigiocata. Finché non ci arriva la palla buona a giocare. Questo è un battitore che batte bene, non è che possiamo giocare in tutto il tempo. E lavoriamo con l'attacco, azione, lavoriamo con le coperture, con pazienza ci facciamo i punti. Vai.
A match like this, between two teams who know each other so well and are so closely matched, it's always going to come down to fine margins. A couple of misses like that can cost you a set. Let's see if Italy can capitalize on those misses and hold on to their lead this time. Grebennikov again with a terrific take. Patry off the block. Balasso's there. Romano goes for the dink, and it's a clever one. Absolutely nothing coming back off that little push from Romano.
Italy with a chance to counterattack after the deflection and the Balasso dig. Lavia is going for the tip, and Engapeth had read it nicely, but gets the deflection off of Lagoff, and it finds the floor.
So Romano at 11-8. Lagoff up next for France. Plenty of time for them to claw back this deficit. Picked up by Micheletto. Romano ripping through. Patry takes that and just diverts it into his own bench. Real power swing again from Romano. FIVB president Dr. Grasser enjoying that one. Well, this is where they got themselves in a little bit of trouble at the end of that first set. The cheap service errors from Italy.
Now both teams with 11 service errors so far in the match.
Brizard. Oh, he's got a fluky one. That's a couple of those they've got.
The margins are so thin on what goes into the net and what goes over the net on the trickler, and this time Brizard gets the lucky bounce as that ball drops right in front of Galassi.
That's another good serve by Brizard. I mean, how he's managed to vaguely keep that alive, Gianni, I do not know. There was no play available, and two bigs at it's one of the things we talked about. Brizard, yeah, obviously a world-class setter, but he's got a serve on him as well.
That's a great effort from Gianelli. Romano just not able to get it over the net. And now Italy calls a timeout.
There goes that lead again.
ragazzi, stiamo lì, aspettiamoci la brisata, aspettiamoci le variazioni, però ragazzi è sulla prima, quello non è una palla che cade, dobbiamo fargli fare i punti quando li meritano, cazzo, non quelle palle lì, ok? Dai che siamo dentro, ragazzi,
Leads don't last long at this level, Nick, especially in the quarterfinals of a world championship. These two teams know each other so well. Pressure from the inline gets teams out of systems, and those point leads can go away very quickly.
Brizard with another power serve. That's good enough. Good enough on that far side from Micheletto, off the block and away out of bounds.
The serve reception by Balasso caught him up top, and it turned out to be a great pass. Micheletto just blasting that ball high off the hands.
And Zani. That net cord falls nicely for Grebenikov, and Bartolome Chinanieze takes the quick set inside and puts it away.
Chinanieze will get the point, but give credit to the libero. Grebenikov with a perfect pass. Brizard loves to go through the middle when the pass is that good.
Engapeth. Oh. Gianelli looking to consolidate Italy's position here on serve. Grebenikov picks that up straight for Brizard, and that's Chinanieze sending that. I wonder if Fabio Balasso might have left that. Did he think it was took a touch at the net, maybe?
Hard to tell on that replay, but another good attack there from Chinanieze through the middle.
Well, he's not going to attack through the middle now. He's going to serve. Picked up by Lavia. Oh, Romano again. Another very, very cool under pressure hit from him.
Romano's been a little quiet here to start set number 2, even though we're 15 points into it. That was a much needed point scoring opportunity for his side.
Lavia. Klevno picking that up. Perfect pass and a quick put away from Le Goff.
And all of a sudden, France has run their middle attackers on the last 3 plays. 2 to Chinanieze, and now Le Goff gets involved as well.
Patry at 15 all. Real high ball toss there. Balasso's done brilliantly to pick that up. Lavia, brilliant from Klevno, who can swing through this as well. That gets picked up by Gianelli. Balasso with the bump set. Lavia cross court. Oh, what a dig that was from Grebenikov. Here comes Engapeth. He takes something off it. Balasso picks it up. Lavia drills it deep. What a point. Oh, some outstanding defense on both sides, and a really smart kill as well from Lavia.
That was one of the best rallies in the match so far. Lavia finishes it off with that deep attack through the seam, but some quality defense by both sides.
And Zani, oh, he almost fluked one. Patry off the block and down.
Great pass from Le Goff to keep that ball in play. And Patry sneaks it past Galassi's block.
Klevno, ripped that one. Ended up as an outstanding pass from Lavia, who's down the line finish. Wasn't too shabby either. Oh, started it, finished it there, Daniele Lavia.
Lavia really stepping it up here in set number 2. Great pass, keeping Italy in system, and then another solid attack down the line.
So Romano. Grebenikov with a really nice pass. Here comes Patry, here comes the block, but it's well out.
And Patry is warming up. That's his 3rd point. After starting set number 2 on the bench, came in early and is producing for his side.
We're going to see that serving switch up here for France, which sees Lassinuati come back in. Don't you just hate that when you're a pinch-hitting server? You come in, the focus is on you, and you send it long.
Well, you can tell that Gianni wants him to be aggressive. That's what his job is. He's going to go in. He's got to serve tough. And Gianni's not upset by that service error. Is it unfortunate? Yes, but it's a good aggressive serve still.
Lavia took everything off that one. Got picked up nicely by Clevenot. The block was there from Gianelli. Oh, did that take a touch? No, it did not. It did not. Now, Italy make the break again here, and I think for the first time in this match, we're going to send this upstairs, but I think it's more in hope than expectation here from France. What do you think?
This is going to be very, very close. Galassi's left hand. Brizard attacked it on 2. Instantly called for a touch, but Galassi saying he did not touch it, so first challenge of the match.
No, nothing there. Nothing there.
Nope.
So Italy have a lead late here in set 2. Can they hang on to it this time? Pressure building here on France. This has got to be side out. Now Lavia went soft, took everything off last time. What does he do this time? Stays soft, too soft.
That service error keeps France within 1.
And Brizard up next. So many good servers on this French squad. He sends a soft one down the line. Romano into the block, and are they going to be able to keep that in play? No, they're not. Another winner for Romano.
A very nice deflection and a good block move by France. Ingapeth tries to pursue it, but just 3 rows of chairs too far.
And Zani goes aggressive. Grubenikov picks that up with a super pass, and it's sent around the backside, and Irvin Ingapeth says thank you very much.
Ingapeth has been unstoppable on the right side for France. Look at the speed and tempo that he starts his approach. And a perfect set from Brizard.
Now, here's another big server. So many of them. Again, it's too big. That's a big let-off for Italy. They keep this lead, slender as it is.
"14 service errors now for France.
Gianelli. Oh, Clevenot with the mistake. The overpass. Gianelli's there. Sends it backside. Romano. And that'll do it. And that surely means that we're level. France call a timeout here. Andrea Gianni, though, I'm sure knows this is probably too late in the day to rescue this second set now.
Adesso siamo sul primo cambio palla, poi abbiamo la +1 loro. Già, tu giochi un 1 contro 1 con Romano, che attacchi diagonale, che difendiamo la diagonale. Partiamo stretti, ma per fare poi questo.
It was a really good serve from Simone Gianelli to tease that error out of Clevenot, and I wonder if he will go after the same player again here. That's Grebenikov that will pick that one up. Klevno pushes. Oh. Well, that really is the end of that as far as this second set is concerned, as Klevno caught himself in two minds and ends up catching the antenna. A huge gap opens up now, and surely it's too late in the set for France to claw this back. Gianelli, Chinanese picks that one up. Finishes it off, side out, but France needing 3 points on serve quickly. Jouffroy will come in again. Now, let's see what he can come up with here. Picked up by Balasso. Micheletto swings into the block and takes it off the block and away, and that's set point Italy. Been a really good response from the Italians. Very solid gang of three there, and he was too good. Lavia absolutely drills that one. Tough take this for Patry. Oh, picked up by Lavia at the baseline. Oh, that's a miss. That's a miss. Oh, they could have wrapped it up there with a headline grabber. And Anzani sends it wide. Still plenty more opportunities, though, for Italy here. But France stay alive. Patry rips it down the line and creates the overpass. Now then, a chance here. Patry misses, sends it too long, and we are level. This battle of two of Europe's juggernauts in terms of men's volleyball was never going to be a comfortable straight setter either way, was it? France were trailing in the first set, came back and won it. Italy regrouped and have leveled it up. And this is how they did it. And Patry would love to have this one back because it was there for him. Lavia with the overpass. Brizard will send it backside. 9 times out of 10 he makes this play. Just got to thread it down the line, and he's threaded it just wide. Again, a match of fine margins. That margin went Italy's way, and we are level. .21. And the numbers that matter look like this. Look at all those opponent errors. That's a huge difference maker in that set. Never mind the blocks and the ace serve. You're dishing out 15 opponent errors. You're making it easy for your opponents. And that is one area that Andrea Gianni will be looking to clean up as we go into set 3. Do France have the legs for another 5-setter? That's the big question. These fans saw exactly that less than 48 hours ago against Japan. Italy with a much more comfortable 4-set win against Cuba 2 days earlier than that. We are hoping to hear from both coaching staffs. Matt is downstairs waiting patiently, but at the moment both coaches very involved talking to their players. But I think we'll hear from Andrea Gianni first.
And with Coach Gianni back and forth already, as to be expected, right? Good pressure from Italy to start the match, but you guys responded. What are your initial thoughts here as the match stands?
The first, we have more situation with transition. and we manage the setting, and if the ball is not perfect, the spiking. In this situation, we made some mistake. In this kind of the match, it's important, this part. And our serve, example, Ervino, serve, but you can use ball short, you can imagine in some situation with our serve, only this.
And you've been bouncing back and forth between Boyer and Patry.
Yeah.
What are you looking for between there?
But I think it's important, the
So, set 3 then. Engapeth serving. It's a short one that's picked up by Anzani. And a nice cross-court from Lavia to put the first point on the board for the Italians. Romano. Grubenikov picking that one up beautifully, and into the block, and Simone Gianelli winning a one-on-one duel against Klevno. Always a good blocker, Gianelli.
What a move there from Gianelli, reaching into the line to shut it down. Surprising Klevno a little bit there.
Yeah, Klevno didn't look too happy about it, did he? And Romano sending down a loose one. That'll bring up Chinanyeze next. And talking about loose ones, that was really loose. That had him taking cover in the press area.
Now France continues to be aggressive, but that's 15 service errors for them so far in the match. The number's starting to climb.
There's another one. We heard Andrea Gianni talking about White. He's got Jean Patry in there. Here he is, where he can do some damage. And that's picked up by Balasso. Reverse set. And an absolute crunching kill from Alessandro Michieletto.
Just a great play there. Gianelli and Michieletto so experienced on the floor together as Gianelli runs to the left side of the court, sets his 6'11" outside hitter inside so that he can attack into the angle past the middle blocker of Legoff.
So Galassi, Italy with the early lead here in set 3. Again, aggressive but long. Neither team really able to generate consistent service pressure at the moment. Klevno takes plenty off that. That's going to produce an overpass, though, and finished off by Brizard, who loves to get himself his attack points.
And that is a planned play between Engapeth and Brizard. They get the overpass. Gianelli's right in front of Engapeth. A very smart play to set Brizard away from the block, and he attacks that for a point.
And a clever serve from Trevno as well. This time he serves Lavia, and Lavia finishes the job as well, spinning off Patry and away.
Really great play here from Italy as Gianelli gets pulled off the net from that pass. Leaves Lavia against Le Goff, and Lavia scoring his 9th point now, leading all scorers.
Gianelli sends a soft one in. Engapeth, ooh, hello, what happened there?
That was not the set that Engapeth wanted. It was too low and too fast. When you have Romano right in front of you, Engapeth had nowhere to go but avoid the block and hit out of bounds.
So Italy jump back out in front again. Gianelli continues to serve Klevno. Patry runs into the block, and that's going to have to be played. Brizard will set up Le Goff, picked up in the backcourt by Lavia, though. Romano beautifully off speed there, drops it just in front of Grebennikov. Really clever hit there from Romano.
And look at Michieletto pointing to his head, saying that was a very smart play by his side. Romano with the high roll shot from the lefty finds the open court.
Gianelli, again, it's really soft, again at Klevno. And this time Patry does finish the job, and France get a very, very important side out. Again, with damage to repair here.
Well, they got their work cut out for them right now because Italy has all the momentum. But a good side out from Patry.
Le Goff serving at 5-7, picked up by Lavia. Lavia picks himself up and runs into the block, though. Gianelli hustles up to set Lavia. That's going to get picked up by Klevno. Engapeth will swing through that, and it's a clever swing. It really is. Got to have vision, got to have touch, and he showed plenty of both on that one.
He does have plenty of both. Engapeth has so many tricky shots. Gianelli thought he was going to go into the open court. He goes down the line instead and catches Gianelli by surprise.
And there's one of those points back. Le Goff puts a little bit more mustard on that one. So now, free ball Italy. No, that one doesn't come back. We haven't seen an awful lot of the middles for Italy with the big power hits inside. There's one.
That's the first point for Simone Anzani. Engapeth tried to get creative, backfired a little bit, and Anzani makes him pay for it.
Lavia nets, side out. Brizard down the line. Lavia picks that up. But Michieletto is contained. Engapeth will take the blockers on, and the blockers contain him, but there'll be another one hit off the Grebennikov set for Engapeth, and there's no containing that. And once again, France draw level.
What a swing from Irvin this time. The counter-attack, Grebennikov had to set. Look at this angle. Wow. Lavia at the 10-foot line, and Engapeth goes sharp right past him.
That is a ridiculous angle. The more you see it, it's like, what? You kidding? Brizard. Oh, he's sneaked one and over once again. Romano finds Klevno at the back line, and that's a beautiful finish as well. Absolutely ripped, and France generating some momentum now.
The block deflection that time, slowing down the attack from Romano, and then Patry on the counter-attack, blasting it past the block of Lavia and past Balasso's defense.
Una cosa che dobbiamo fare, ragazzi, con equilibrio, soprattutto quando c'è qualche errore in più in battuta. Loro stanno viaggiando questo set col 25% sul cambio palla, 25. Questo non significa che dobbiamo passare la palla di là. Giochiamo con la testa, cioè se sono in difficoltà dobbiamo prenderci sti rischi. Una cosa, Ale, Dani, Alessandro, quando mi parlo tenete un pochino più di altezza sulla ricezione.
A lot of voices in that huddle there.
Well, it's a team effort. Just because it's a timeout doesn't mean the coach is the only one that talks, right? There's a lot of things to talk about. Players talking to players, coaches putting in their input.
Brizard with the cross-court serve, which Lavia picks up. Romano into the block. And we're level.
A little frustration from Ingapeth after that play. Lined up nicely, but then reaches inside of the angle. Romano scores off his arms.
Anzani, that shuffling serve of his. Brizard again to Ingapeth and stuffed out of it. I tell you, Gianluca Galassi has been quiet in terms of the stats in this match, but he was making some noise here.
Well, up until this point right here, Ingapeth had been perfect from the right side. But Galassi does a great job to get his hands over the net and score that block point.
Good response this from Italy off that timeout. Brizard, another one. They're coming in bunches now for Gianluca Galassi. One-on-one with Bartolome Chinenese. And it's Galassi with the shutdown block.
Just a great read by Galassi. Knowing where Chinenese likes to go wrist away, shuts it down for back-to-back block points.
And Gapeth picks that one up. Patry pushes, little dink, just drops in, and France now do manage to get the side out, but that was a really good reaction from Italy out of the back of that timeout where everybody's voice was getting heard. You're right, Matt. Hey, look how they responded off that timeout. Everybody said their piece and they reacted really well off it. And once again, France chasing. Engapeth. Lavia picks that up. Gianelli, rather Lavia, will swing through that off the Micheletto pickup. There's the block again, and it's dropped in again. And suddenly, the man of the moment is just everywhere. I think that was him again, wasn't it, Galassi? He was certainly there.
3 block points for Italy, and it was Galassi. He goes up high and gets the lucky bounce deep into the court, but a block point again from Italy's 8th block of the match.
Romano's serve is too hot to handle. It's an ace. The blocks and the aces are helping to give Italy a very, very useful lead here in set 3.
Romano continues to be aggressive from the inline, this time going deep. You see Engapeth has to leave his feet, catching him up high. Service ace, point for Italy, and now France calls a timeout.
Allora, ci stiamo nella partita, Abbiamo fatto azioni, muro, difesa, controattacco. Bravi. La prossima volta che batte Anzani, su questa rotazione 4+1, con tutte le cose che abbiamo Geni, ragazzi, che riceve, E primo cambio palla su quella palla lì. Dopo, le palle alte.
That was a different little team talk there. Nobody else was pitching in as Andrea Gianni was holding court. Let's see how France respond to that.
I'll see how they respond to Coach Gianni, but how are they also going to respond to Galassi's blocking right now at this point of set number 3?
And first problem, Romano's serving. He's on an ace.
That was an extremely aggressive toss for his jump serve. Just too far out in front of him.
Chinenese. Nice pickup And Zani, that's a lovely one-handed dig there from Brizard. Patry real close to the net, and the duel is won by the French opposite, getting the better of Lavia, who pushes it out.
What a play by Patry. We're going to get a challenge from Italy. Probably looking for a net violation, but look at this. Two-hand joust at the net, and then a swipe by Patry off of Lavia's block.
Not had many challenges in this match.
Was there a block touch?
Block touch.
So not a net violation challenge, but this is more from Italy's side asking if Patry was the last one to make contact with the ball after it went off of Lavia. Did Patry still have contact with it as it went out of bounds?
Well, they'll have to have clear evidence to overturn the original call.
We have seen this challenge work earlier in the World Championships.
Here we go.
Last touch is France. Well, well, well. As you said, we've seen it work.
I mean, you're talking about just the most narrowest of margins on this play. The challenge system gets it right. And just when France thinks they score a point, it gets awarded right back to Italy.
Lavia serving Engapeth. Brizard will send it backside, and Patry will send it cross court off Romano and away.
But Nick, that's just a really good, strong, solid response after losing that challenge on a point that they thought they had. A perfect pass from Engapeth, and then Patry comes right back from the right side with a great swing.
Patry now goes very aggressive. Balasso's picked it up beautifully, and does that off the block and away by Anzani, who is popping up all over the place. Or Galassi, excuse me.
Well, credit to Gianelli knowing that Galassi is hot right now. His last opportunity to set the kid, and he gets another point through the middle.
So Galassi has caught fire in this third set. Nice pick up from Grebenikov. That'll go over to Klevno, who pushes it. They'll keep it alive, though. Lavia or Michieletto will swing through. And did that take a touch? No, it did not. But I wonder if we're going to get another challenge here. All the Italy players were looking at their coach. And Coach De Giorgi looked at the referee and said, send that one upstairs, please, as well.
Things are getting a little heated down there on the court. Le Goff with a couple of choice words to his opponents. Yep,
There's
there
the
it
touch.
is.
There's the touch.
That's off of Klevno's right finger.
Why I call you. Next time, please, without contact with your opponent. Please.
And roughly translated, that was Nicolas Le Goff. Just stay in your lane.
Just gamesmanship. It's the quarterfinal of the World Championship. There's some emotions involved.
Of course. Still got to keep those emotions in check. Galassi goes long. Italy, though, still with a very healthy lead here. And we're going to see, again, a switch up here for France with a double substitution. Boye back in, and Toniuti, their captain, in at setter as well. With Brizard out and Patry out, so that's a like-for-like double substitution here from Andrea Gianni at 13-16 down in set 3. And Klevno decided to wind up a big one and just put too much on it. Now the Gianelli serve can be an awkward thing to deal with. He mixes them up very effectively. That's the cross court to Klevno. Boye off the bench with a big hit. And
Le Goff just ran into Engapeth. face on that one.
You wouldn't want to get on the wrong. You wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Le Goff, friend or foe, as Clevenot takes a breather here.
You or I would definitely not want to run into his shoulder.
Oh, big block, but it goes out. It's another big hit. And Italy remaining in control of this third set here.
Anzani this time. And Italy has activated both of their middles, keeping the momentum on their side on that side out.
Micheletto at 18-14. Just a little bit too long as he too went aggressive there. Personnel substitutions here, there and everywhere now with Patry and Brizard back in. So it's as you were now for France. Well, let's see if Brizard can conjure up something special. Balasso's picked that up off the floor. Lavia goes cross-court, gets the better of the block, drops it inside the cross-court defenders. Side out Italy.
And Lavia continuing to be a highly effective attacker for his team. This time getting it past Cenignesi's left hand. Scoring his 10th point of the match is Lavia on that one.
So Anzani. Grubenikov retreating. Too good from one of the French middle blockers this time. Bartolomé Cinignese saying anything those guys can do, we can do too.
Galassi was there with another touch, but just ricochets up into the crowd.
There's a limit to how many block points you can have in a set, surely.
There is not, Nick. There is not.
Never, says the middle blocker. Lavia. That's going to get really picked up well here, and Brizard with options everywhere, and it's too good from Cinignese, and there's no quitting in this French squad. They pull to within 2 again.
Well, in the French victory over Japan, Cinignese was a huge factor, scoring 17 points. One of 3 players actually to score 17 points. It was a little quiet through set number 2, but getting some more action now.
Well, if there's one thing Ferdinando Giorgi and indeed everybody knows about this French squad, it's they're resilient. You may have them down, but you've never got them beaten until that winning point is converted. And they're closing it again here, the French. And from Italy being relatively comfortable, the gap shrinks to 2 points with Engapeth serving as well. Picked up by Lavia, and yeah, pressure. Now, Italy, off the back of that timeout as well, are really wobbling. Absolutely nothing he could do with that at all. Engapeth takes that off, and it's another overpass, and just like that, that lead's gone. Cinignese swings at a freebie.
Back-to-back overpasses doesn't happen very often against Italy. Cinignese getting the second one that time.
And the reason, of course, for those back-to-back overpasses is that man right there. It's another one that puts pressure on from Engapeth. It's going to be Romano swinging and missing this time, and the balance of power is tilting now firmly in France's favor. Oh, this is going to get challenged, but they more or less have to challenge this. Not sure what they're going to get out of it, but
they do have to challenge this for sure, especially at this stage of set number 3. It's a smart challenge. I don't know if they're going to win it this time, but they have to challenge it.
Was there a block touch? Here we go.
I think this is optimistic. very optimistic. Romano sends it long. Well, the challenge might just have broken the rhythm of Irvin Engapeth, which will be the second prize, I think, for Italy, because he's certainly in rhythm now from the service line. This is some turnaround here from the French, it really is. Engapeth, it did indeed just break his rhythm. France level again. So much for that Italian comfort zone. That's gone. It's a big one from Romano. Patry runs into the blockers, but the blockers can't keep it in play, and France keep the pressure on.
That was a great serve from Romano. Got France out of system. Look where Brizard had to set that from, but even with 3 blockers in front of him, Patry smart enough to attack the wing blocker high off the hands and out of play.
So Chinese. Pressure on Italy here. Needs side out to stay level. That helps. So it'll be Lavia. Mixed it up, tried to mix it up, tried to be sneaky.
You like to change up a pace, but that toss was, again, way too aggressive and into the court. Lavia can't reach up to hit that ball deep. Finds the net tape.
Well, it's Patry. What a moment this would be for an ace. Not going to get it there. Really nice take, and Romano off the block and gone. Big swing from Yuri Romano keeps Italy level.
Pretty good deflection, too, by the French blockers. Nice pursuit, but not able to pick that one up.
In comes the regular change for Ferdinando De Giorgi. Riccardo Sbertoli. It's Galassi that's out. And Le Goff sends it long. Deep but in. Just caught inside the line there from Le Goff.
Everyone loves to see the explosive attack through the middle that goes straight down, but this is just as effective. Deep to the corner. In for a point for Le Goff and France.
France continuing to ask the questions with Luati, their pinch hitter, in now. Backside it goes. Romano denied by Grebennikov. What a chance here for Patry. Did it take a touch? You bet. That's set point France.
What a dig by Grebennikov down the line. Picks up the heat. An amazing dig. And then Patry on the counterattack high off the hands of Michieletto. Set point now for France.
With Luati. Serving Balasso. Backside it goes. Romano too good even for Grebennikov this time, who's absolutely livid about something.
He thinks that Romano came under the net after the attack.
And it's going to be challenged.
Center line violation is what Grebennikov is asking for a challenge.
Center line fault. Center line fault.
Well, he was absolutely insistent, wasn't he, Grebennikov? He saw it. But has he seen it correctly?
I just don't know if I like this challenge at this stage, especially from Grebennikov. He didn't have the right angle to see it, but we'll go to Hawkeye, send it upstairs for clarification.
Well, there it is. So the point stays Italy's way. As you say, you didn't like it.
He still doesn't like it. He's saying that he lifted his heel up and then that made him over the line, but
Rally was not interrupted. We have to observe this. ball. Please.
But the ball was in the air still.
No, please, Billy.
This ball's going to go to Italy.
But they're still in
Broussard
trouble.
was arguing that the ball was still in the air, but that's just the margins are too thin there, so Italy's going to take the point. Gianelli will serve.
Yeah, they need a point on serve. It's still set point France here, and it's Patry down the line. Balasso, what a dig from him. Micheletto is denied as well. Patry again into the block and away, and that is France with a 2-1 lead, and that is a terrific turnaround in that third set. Well, they looked on their knees and they've come back and they've turned it around again. Boy, oh boy, what a resilient squad they are.
They don't give up. They were down by 3 or 4 points halfway through that set. Even with Balasso getting a great dig and a nice counterattack from Micheletto. A dig by Lunati saves the rally. And then it's Patry attacking cross-court and getting it down and through the block, giving France the 2-1 victory in set number 3. Gosh, wow, that was an exciting game.
It feels like it's been a 4-setter, doesn't it? I mean, it's been hard fought. 25-23, France again, just as they did in set 1, coming from behind. Italy just cannot see them off. 15-12, and just look at the difference. Something we talked about, Matt, at the end of the second set. All those opponent errors from France gifted Italy the set. Here, they've cut them right down, and what a difference it's made.
And that's a very clean game by France, only giving up 6 errors to Italy. Look at that, no blocks, no service errors. They were just persistent. They didn't throw in the towel. Everything was going Italy's way. 4 blocks from Galassi, middles getting activated on to close out a set against this team, because they have been leading. They were leading in set number 1, leading in set number 3. They weren't able to close it out. They lost both sets by 2 points.
Well, all 2 weeks that we've been here, Fernando Di Giorgio has been talking about this as being a young squad that's still learning. There's plenty of veteran leadership on that squad, but as you say, there's just a little bit of shakiness about them, that they've had leads in all 3 sets, and 2 of them they've let slip. And France, battle hardened. I mean, they had that real ding-dong with Slovenia in the pool phase, and I mean, they were stretched to breaking point by Japan. They were match point down there, again finding a way to win. There's that mental toughness about France that is certainly one of their real characteristics, and you just wonder if this Italy squad has that same mental toughness.
Injury that he sustains during that match against Japan, they find a way to come back and pull that one out, 18-16. So you can tell that no matter what, if they're down by a couple points, they just don't give up, because they have faith in what they're doing. They know that they can come back and sneak out and pull out the wins.
And I said to you earlier in the tournament, Matt, and I meant this as a compliment, France are greedy. Yeah, they got the Olympic title, they got the VNL gold. They're hungry for more. They're not settling. They want this one as well.
They want the Triple Crown.
They really do.
They want to have all the trophies in there on their shelf, and they know that they're going to get the best from all of their opponents, because for their opponents, they want to say they beat France and knocked them out of the World Championships.
Yeah,
they're getting Italy's best, and they're still able to work through it.
Oh yeah, France have got the bullseye on their backs, no question about that. But Italy have got to summon something up here. No sign of any changes from Ferdinando Di Giorgi. Andrea Gianni has shuffled his deck a little bit, with Patry and Boyer sharing a bit of time. But Patry is the man for this occasion. Set 4. Daniele Lavia with serve. Grebennikov with a perfect pass, and out of the backcourt comes Yassine Louati, who stays in here, which is an interesting switch up. I think it's Klevno that starts this 4th set on the bench.
That's a great set from Brazard, because Italy doesn't think that Lunati is going to get a lot of sets, so they're not respecting him on the block and defensive side.
Le Goff. Well, we're used to seeing big blocks from Gianluca Galassi. Aces into the corner. There's a bonus.
That's a great serve. The placement. Cross court to the corner. Freezes Grebennikov. Doesn't even make it move to try to pass that one. Only the 3rd service ace for Italy in this match.
Grebennikov had to move for that one. Patry will go for the dink, and it's a cleverly placed dink as well. Just the backcourt frozen there. Galassi couldn't get there.
I mean, the placement of this shot from Patry is absolutely perfect.
Brizard drills that one. Too deep. Little skip from Romano to make sure he got out of the way. What was he doing there in the first place?
Romano must be a really good dodgeball player. This is the 2nd time that it's gone really close, that time going through his legs on that service error.
Gianelli, that's well handled. The push, no, that's picked up by Balasso. That's a tough take. The cross court is picked up. Grebennikov will set Engapeth, who goes for the dink. Doesn't work. Romano picked that one up, and that's a big swing, and too big from Alessandro Michieletto, who's had some ups and downs in this match.
After that first attack, Michieletto went to the floor, got tripped up by Balasso, came up grimacing, holding his lower back. As you see right there, the 2nd attack that went out of bounds. Getting a little medical attention from the trainer, but he'll stay in.
Engapeth tried the sneaky one.
Engapeth looks through the net with a smile, trying to throw in that short serve in front of Michieletto, but just too short.
Michieletto skips one off the net cord. Engapeth absolutely crushes that one, but it's kept alive. Balasso, free ball, France. Backside it goes. Patry rubs it off the block and away.
Well, a great pickup by Romano to extend the rally. Right there. But to finish it off, it's Patry again, attacking the hands of the Lavia block and sending that ball out of bounds. Patry now 12 points, leading his side.
Chininiese serving Balasso. And Romano again, confident left-hand swing into the block of Louati there.
Smart set by Gianelli. Realizing Romano has Louati in front of him. Takes advantage of it to score.
And Zani. That's Patry, too good again for the block, hitting hard. We're level through the early stages of this 4th set.
Brizard continuing to go to the hot hand, and Patry knows the matchup. And France can sense it. They have some momentum on their side here.
Patry. Whoa. We expected a real battle between these two. Obviously, the Olympic champions from last year against the European champions from last year as well. Italy, and the bulk of that squad is here today as well. That's the last major tournament the French didn't win. Engapeth picking that one up. Engapeth goes for the little push. Balasso picked that one up and just about stays out of the way. Tough swing for Romano, that. Yeah, very, very tough take.
Now, there was just a little bit of hesitation by Romano, too, to attack that ball. Him and Michieletto kind of looked at each other. Two left-handed attackers on the back court, meaning Romano had to get his feet to that ball and just missed it long through the inline.
Luati. Lavia not exactly making the best of contacts there, but he'll get a third touch at this, and Grebennikov picks up the cross court. Brizard to Engapeth, and he is blocked out of it, and there's as many touches as you like over there. Big, big defensive swing there. And double touch, I think, is the official call. Could have been a triple touch, actually.
Well, it's a great block, but yeah, he calls a lift on Grebennikov. Obviously, the libero doesn't like the call. He was in a great spot to cover his hitter, but just one too many contacts or too long there on that touch.
Lavia then at 7-6. It's picked up off the floor, and there's Le Goff, and that's coming back though from Balasso. Le Goff will have another go. That's not coming back.
Brizard continuing to go to Le Goff. He got hot at the end of set number 3. Look at that, with 3 blockers in front of him. He goes over him and deep to the corner once again.
Big seam available to him there, and he just drilled that ball through that seam. Here he is serving Galassi. Romano runs into trouble. Bartolome Chineniese with the trouble.
France with a straight down block that time against Romano. Chineniese, Engapeth were both there.
So more of Le Goff. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh. Well, somehow this is still in play. Somehow Italy have kept this in play. This is incredible. Michieletto finishes it as well. I mean, it was reflex defensive work there from Italy. Yeah, they were a little bit lucky, but then you've got to turn that into something a bit special, and they did.
What a back and forth from both sides. But it's Michieletto who gets the third contact attack. Hammers it past Engapeth, and that's a huge point for Italy.
A streaky point, but when you're 2-1 down in a World Championship quarterfinal, you'll take anything you can get. Galassi.
Service error number 21 for Italy. Only 3 aces from that side.
Brizard, short, dippy serve. Clever little push from Michieletto, that. Gianelli, 9-all, set 4. Luati picking that up, really nice pass from Luati. Patry tries to go cross court, doesn't work. Romano, that doesn't work. That works. Lovely, quick set, and Chineniese takes that really high.
What a play by France in transition. Brizard was playing defense at left back. Comes in and sets Chineniese a back 1 on the counterattack. Wrist away once again, his favorite shot, and he scores. Look at the body control he has.
Whoa, there's another big one. Engapeth sends in an ace that gives France control of set 4 here. And produces an Italian timeout as well, as Balasso's watching it, and Balasso, remember, as good a receiver as you'll get. Couldn't deal with that.
Bene, bene Fabio. Sappiamo che questo turno lo dobbiamo limitare. Mi raccomando, giochiamo anche per noi se non siamo comodissimi per quanto riguarda la situazione. Diamo fiducia.
Well, Italy really have to dig in, desperately need a side out, and Gapeth obliges. That tends to be what you get with his serving. They're either devastating or they're errors. There's no half measures with Ervin and Gapeth. You're getting highs or lows. Nice pick up from Grebenikov there. Patry off the block, but Micheletto's there to pick that up. It goes backside. Romano gets blocked, but it goes out. And just like that, Italy do claw their way back level.
So a great response now from Italy after the timeout. The service error, and then Lavia right there. A great block deflection against Patry, and they were able to turn it. Romano scoring the point.
So Micheletto will serve at 11-all set 4. Grebenikov hangs that one high. Luati into the block and away. Side out.
That's a big break for France. Anytime Luati scores a point, you hear a huge exhale of relief. Sigh of relief. He hammers that one through on Zani's block, challenging him. That is a big emotional point for France.
Chininiese, oh, that took a dip, but it didn't quite slam the brakes on in time.
Taking a little bit off that time, but just missing the inline.
That was one of those that looked really long as it crossed the net. Then suddenly it's like, oh, that's getting close. Italy very happy to see that one slide away. And there's another one that slides away from Simone Anzani, and that was never close. Patry, pressure building on Italy. Need the side out to stay level. Patry drills it, overpass. This is trouble. Brizard to Luati, off the block and away. Luati comes up with another big attack point, and the French celebrate that moment.
Luati will get the point, but Patry with a rocket jump serve gets the overpass. Another chance for France to add to their lead now.
Patry will stay aggressive. Very big high ball toss, and Lavia's rather lost that. Can he swing through this one? No, he pushes. Patry gets underneath it. Grebenikov setting. Ngapeth into the net cord. Italy desperately needed that point to go their way.
Little disappointment there on the side of France is that attack from Ngapeth. Typically a ball that Patry would try to attack, and I think Chininiese is a little confused on what just happened, but a point for Italy.
Romano, oh, that's an aggressive one. Luati can't handle it at all, and Italy back level again off the ace. And now France and Andrea Gianni decide, hang on, we've got a hot server there, timeout.
Ehi, ve l'ho detto prima, il timeout di prima. Dobbiamo essere solidi, perché non è il punto in battuta, è quello che abbiamo poi sulle free box, come giochiamo la palla. Istinto ci vuole.
Such a difference in the timeout huddle. You know, with Andrea Gianni, it's not a democracy in there. There's one voice. But it's whatever works, because as you said earlier, everybody was talking in that Italy timeout, and they had a terrific response out of it. There's no rights and wrongs.
Well, this is a big moment now for Italy, with Romano serving again. After that service ace and then the timeout, he attacked the seam between Ngapeth and Luati. Let's see if he goes there again.
Yeah, level 14-14, set 4. Romano goes after Ngapeth this time. Luati setting. Patry with the dink. Now that's going to come in from a wonderful backside set there, and Romano keeps this Italian momentum going.
Three blockers in front of Patry. He goes with a tip over, it gets picked up, and then Romano with the counter attack out of the back row.
Well, where does Romano go this time with his serve? Off the net cord straight to Engapeth. Oh, you won't see that very often. Brizard into the net on second touch. My goodness.
A very rare error from Brizard.
He just doesn't miss those. Wow, seen it all now. Romano with an ace! Dropped at the feet of Luati, who couldn't deal with it at all. I tell you, this has been a set-winning burst of serving this from Yuri Romano. It really has turned this set on its head.
How long does Gianni leave Luati in there to pass? He's got Klevno on the bench.
Klevno's had his problems with service reception, though, as well.
Just to try to slow down the serve, though.
Romano, Grebennikov is sending this one back over. Oh, no winner there for Romano. This time Patri's picked it up. Patri will swing into this one as well, and it takes a touch off the block, and France get that side out that they needed. Now they've got to show their resilience again. And we're going to see the double substitution with Boyer and Toniutti coming in. Whew. Some burst of serving that, though, from Romano, but he had the chance of the cross-court kill in that rally as well. And Patri with a very important dig. They've got a 2-point lead, though, Italy. Make that a 1-point lead. Luati, that's why he's in there. He's not going anywhere.
What a response from Luati. After giving up 2 aces, he gets 1 back. Down the line this time.
Yeah, we saw this against Japan 2 nights ago. Time and time again, you thought the French are in trouble here, and it's when they're in trouble, it brings out something special in them. They find another gear. Luati will look for another one. It's another beauty. Micheletto's just about got underneath it. Lavia will have to swing through this, but there's no play there at all. Toniutti sets and Ngapeth, and just like that, France are back level. Ripped down the line by Ngapeth off the Toniutti set.
Well, the deflection slows it down. Grebennikov with a perfect pass. And look at that super spike from Ngapeth to tie us up at 17 points apiece now.
Luati, 17 all. This time it's Micheletto who'll get it, and that had to be dropped in and is by Galassi right on the baseline.
Yeah, really nice deep attack from Galassi this time. Italy in system, Gianelli finding him with that little gap set.
Lavia, still Italy keeping the pressure on, but France not going anywhere. Toniutti backing up, feeds and Ngapeth, who runs into the block. Now then, Gianelli. There's going to be a challenge here.
I did, but it was after. Come on, it was very after.
So we have a challenge coming from France, looking for a net touch.
Net touch. Gianelli was ready to celebrate. And is that celebration premature? We saw some net errors earlier in this match. Haven't seen one for a while. Italy are hoping there isn't another one here.
This may come down to when the ball made contact with the floor compared to when Gianelli made contact with the net.
Big moment. Big moment this. Well, there's the ball on the floor now. And that net rippling now. It's confirmed. No fault. Not a lot in that. But a huge call is upheld, and Italy back in front. Lavia down the line. Luati picking that up. That's too good. Needed that one, Boyer.
Boyer able to come in when his number gets called. A huge chance for a point on the offensive side. He scores off the block and out of bounds, and then France reverses the double sub. No, I'm sorry, they didn't reverse the double sub, but Luati gets replaced to serve.
It's Jouffroy who's back at the service line. Yep, Toniuti still out there. Luati still out there. Had two of them looking for that one. It's got to be good, and is from Romano. Oh, close to a block there. I tell you, Irvin and Gapeth is thinking, how close was I to that one? Oh. So Jouffroy will depart. Spertoli on the other side of the net will come in for Italy. He'll serve. Boyer still out there for France. It's Galassi who sat down for Spertoli at 2018 Italy. That should be a comfortable pickup. It's scruffy from Shinanyeze. They've kept it alive. Big swing from Micheletto, big block, and then out of play. And that's a really huge point there for France. It keeps them in touch.
A huge save for France. Spertoli doing a great job to get under that one, and then Ingapeth gets the solo block on Micheletto.
And now Brizard and Patry will come in. Toniuti and Boyer sit down. Brizard will go back to the service line, and we've all seen already what an effective server and a real range of serves available to him. Can he claw France level? He goes for a ripper. It's down the line. It's a beauty. That's Anzani setting. And it's good enough. Anzani saying, hey, give me an assist on that one, thank you.
And Micheletto gives him a hug. A well-deserved hug, as that is a perfect set from the middle blocker. And Micheletto hammering it off the block and out.
Gianelli serving. It's a nice pickup. Backside it'll go, and into the block, but out. Ngapeth comes up with another winner, just as Anzani was thinking, oh, have I got myself a block point here? No, France tucked in behind Italy still. Still chasing. But if they get their teeth into you, they never let go. Ngapeth rips one. This is going to be a tough take. Micheletto swings at it. Ngapeth keeps it alive, and that's Chinanyeze with the push into space. Doesn't work. Micheletto will go again. Sent back by Brizard. Gianelli with the quick set inside to Anzani, and that's out. And Italy hang on.
Huge point for Italy there. Keeps them up by 2. France had their chances, but Italy stayed steady through that long rally.
And that was one of those rallies that if Italy were not mentally tough, they'd have lost that point. They didn't. Now, can they just keep themselves together to finish the job here and take it into that tiebreaker? We're going to get another timeout here, called by Andrea Gianni.
Questo cambio palla, focus qua! Focus qua! Questo è il nostro cambio palla!
We had a feeling this was going to be a good one, Matt. I would venture to suggest it's been a lot better than that.
It's been way better than just good, Nick.
Yeah, it's the match we were hoping we'd see. I'm not going to say we're heading for a 5th set, not the way France just keep coming back and coming back and coming back. But can Italy finish this job now? Take it to the tiebreaker. Micheletto with a big serve. Grebenikov struggled with it. Brizard has kept it in play. Ngapeth goes for a big one and it misses under pressure. Great serving from Micheletto to create that, and Italy surely have this 4th set in the bag now.
That's a huge point, but it all started with a giant serve. It got France out of system. Ngapeth super aggressive, as he should be. Just misses the inline, though.
Well, we've got a challenge coming in on an in-out, which is wildly optimistic. And I think he's doing nothing more than trying to break the momentum on the other side, because there's no way this is in. I don't think for 1 second Andrea Gianni thought
Just
that was
pure
in.
game management.
Yeah.
Right there. He has no timeouts left. He had his 1 challenge left. He now has no more challenges. So
Michieletto. Grebennikov gets under that okay. Patry, too good. Have France got another comeback in them? Don't bet against it. It's not necessarily the server they want up next in the rotation, though. There's Chinyeze. Can he come up with something here? A 21-23 set 4. Picked up, sent on the backside. Romano. That's great hustle from Chinyeze. That's absolutely outstanding. Is there a play there for Patry? There was, but it's easily contained. Romano will swing through this. Picked up Ngapeth. Patry having a look, but that's just an overset. And that is coming in. But again, Ngapeth with a wonderful rescue. Luati scuffs one, but there's an error. And I tell you, everybody on the French side, and the bench on the floor, they've all erupted at that call.
he called a lift on the attack, saying that was a throw.
This was not hit, this was catch.
Wow. Pretty big moment to make that call.
Brings up set point Italy. 24-21. And they're going to bring in Mattia Bottolo for the first time, I think, in these World Championships, serving at set point.
Roll the dice sometimes. Anzani, you know, is a jump float server.
So France on the brink here. 22-24. Patry goes with the big jumper. Oh, he's just missed it, and we are indeed heading to a tiebreaker. Did anybody seriously expect any other outcome? Well, that now brings in the question, what kind of legs have the French got? They were in a 5-setter 48 hours ago. Now they've got another one.
Well, adrenaline's going to kick in, I would expect. And these guys are all professional athletes at the peak of physical conditioning.
Well, what a match it's been. And we are going to go all the way. Well, earlier in the summer, twice they met in the Volleyball Nations League. France right at the start of that competition with the straight sets win over Italy, and then again in the semi-finals. No straight sets here, and there was never going to be. The numbers in that 4th set looking like this, and again, when the errors come for France, that's where Italy pounce.
Yeah, that's really the difference maker there in set number 4. 11 opponent errors. See there from Italy also helped their cause.
Moments, but like all these Italian players, has come through those rocky moments, and Yassine Louati will get this tiebreaker underway with Klevno still on the bench. Who's going to book themselves a semi-final berth here? Gianelli. Gas goes high, and going even higher was Michieletto, but watch out.
Great swing from Michieletto on that first point. Only one blocker in front of him.
And also in for the French, Jouffroy. It's another big change. Grebennikov hangs that one up there. Brizard feeds Engapeth. Engapeth tried to slip it down the line. Gianelli read it. Romano, no, nothing doing. Patry picks that one. Brizard will set Engapeth again with 2-3 blockers there, and he gets the better of them. A huge point for the French.
Well, we saw Engapeth make some early errors against Japan in that fifth set, and then really come through at the end when it mattered the most. But that's a good start for Irvin.
It will be Quentin Jouffroy who is in this fifth set with Le Goff on the bench. Big call. He goes wide and long. And that'll bring up Anzani next. Let's see who comes back out. Whether it'll be Jouffroy or whether Le Goff will return. Anzani sends a floated one in. Brizard picks that up. Engapeth! He's missed it. He's missed it.
Overran it a little bit. That set got behind him. He misses into the angle. Watch where he contacts that ball. Just missing the cross court sideline and then falling backwards.
So Anzani stays on. The early break made by Italy. Brizard with the forward pass inside, the forward set inside, and Chininiese says thank you very much, side out. And they're staying out there with Grebennikov even on serve here. So it's Chininiese, they're one middle out there. Oh, just missed, just missed.
Kind of too early to challenge this one. I think that's the right call, though. It's out of bounds, long.
Romano, 4-2, Italy. Goes aggressive. Grebennikov gets underneath that. Brizard hangs it up there for Patry. That's contained. Gianelli will set it up nicely. Pergolassi, that's off the block and away, and Italy jump out to a 5-2 lead.
What a play right there from Italy. A great deflection on the block, and then Gianelli goes to the back quick to Galassi. And it's now a 3-point lead here for Italy.
C'è una bella battuta, quindi il lavoro va fra i due, le altezze e le coperture, dobbiamo essere pazienti. Ok?
Staying with that same personnel grouping here, Andrea Gianni. At 5-2 down. Romano. Drills that one. And Gapeth's picked it up, and Gapeth will swing through it as well. And as he swung long again, he has two misses from Irvin and Gapeth in this tiebreaker.
What a serve from Romano. An absolute missile coming at Engapeth. Passes it super high, but then that's set a little wide. He can't keep it in play.
So Romano will stay on with that left-handed swinging serve, and he's conjured up an ace. And Italy are running away with this fifth set. And have these five-setters finally caught up with France here? They look on their knees.
That is Romano's 20th point of the match, and it comes with a service ace.
Gianni has to burn his second time out.
tutto fuoco. Tiriamo sulla palla e ce li andiamo a giocare.
Succede, lega?
Sì, con pazienza ragazzi. Il nostro gioco, poi c'è tutta la fase breccia. Vai!
All France need is to get him out of the rotation. Get a side out. Get him out of there, because he is serving brilliantly here in this tiebreaker. Here goes Romano again. It's another skidder down the line. Engapeth picks this one up, and finally they get that time, that side out.
Well, it was another massive serve from Romano, but they fought it off. Engapeth from the right side again. It's that line seam.
For most nations, you'd say this is too big a hill to climb. But this is France. Can they do it again? 3-7 in the tiebreaker. 3-8 in the tiebreaker. Engapeth nets. They'll change ends.
Well, this is a great test for Italy now. You see Gianelli talking to his team. They have a 5-point advantage. All they have to do is side out all the way home. They cannot give up any points. Keep the momentum on their side. Can they finish? And you're right, though, Nick. You cannot count out France. But they will need some magic at this point.
The first thing they need is side out on the Lavia serve, and they get it. But 4 points they're chasing. This is borderline impossible for anybody else. Cleveno's going to come back in here.
As a serving sub for Chenenieze. It's an interesting choice.
Well, he brings a bit more heat, doesn't he? I guess he knows, because Luati's still out there as well. It's a very, very interesting personnel grouping out there at 4-8. Not the most hot one that Cleveno's ever sent in either. A real soft run and an easy kill cross court for Micheletto.
What a side out by Italy. Setting a tone. Yeah, Cleveno going with the float serve, and then Micheletto hammering that ball cross court.
Le Goff is back out there for France. But it's 9-4 Italy. Galassi drills one down the line. Luati picks that up. It'll come to Patry near side, and that's too good. Side out.
Patry has to step up now as Engapeth has given up a few attack errors for France's side. What can he do from the inline? He went on a nice run earlier.
Patry nets. Italy moved to within 5 points of the semi-finals. France, who are looking to add to their solitary bronze in the World Championship, achieved 20 years ago. But their hold on a place in the semi-finals looks very, very tenuous at best, as Gianelli serves. Sends it soft at Luati. Brizard feeds Luati. There's a stuff block from Romano, and surely that is the end of that.
Romano with a monster block of the match right there on Le Goff. Not Le Goff, it was Luati gets shut down.
I don't think even Italy can come back from this. What a fifth set. Or rather, France can come back to this. What a fifth set Italy have played. And they've got a chance here with Micheletto taking 3 of them on. Pushed over. But no, that would have been impossible, surely. Brave effort, though, from Romano. And we're going to see Boyer and Toniutti back in. The usual double sub with Patry and Brizard out. Luati, we know what a server he can be. We need to see the best Yassine Luati from the service line here if France are going to try and get themselves back into this tiebreaker here. There's 6-11 down. It's got to be something special. Skims the net. Nice pickup. Backside it goes. Oh, Some rescue there. Romano swings. That's coming back on first touch. Gianelli to the middle, and that's Anzani taking Italy 1 point closer to the semi-finals.
What a play from Italy all the way around. This save right there by Balasso to keep the rally going. And then Simone Anzani through the middle. Only his fourth point of the match comes at one of the most important moments of the match.
Yeah, it really does. Alessandro Michieletto at 12-6. Yes, nicely picked up by Grebennikov. Boyer, no, his cross-court is picked up. Gianelli will set up the pipe attack. That doesn't work. Michieletto retreats. And Gapeth, they're in trouble again here, the French. And Gapeth will swing at this. Picked up by Balasso. Gianelli sends it over. Romano denied. But the overpass will allow Italy to set up Romano again. And that is another point, Italy. And that surely is the end of France's resistance. No way back from this. What a comeback from Italy. Absolutely brilliant played point. Brilliantly played. And how big has Romano been in this match? Matt Prosser was saying before this match had even begun, he has to have a big day for Italy. He's had more than that. He's had an outstanding day. Michieletto serving at 13. 7 now. Back will come Chinanese and Jouffroy. They have to get blocks here, France. The cries of Italia, Italia ringing around the arena Stositza as Italy look to wrap this up against the VNL champions, the Olympic champions, but France will keep coming. They get a block from Chinanese. That is one of a lot of points France need, though. They have got to go on an extraordinary run here. Jouffroy skids one over the net cord. Balasso sets Lavia. Lavia scruffs one off the block to take it to match point if it stands up, because this is going to be looked at.
What is the difference between this one and from Yassin? Please, I'm captain. I ask you.
This was attack. Close to
This
the
was
net.
what? Attack? This was attack? He take the ball 1 meter from the net.
Don't allow me to answer.
Well, France desperate to have this overturned. Well, that's Lavia swinging in. And does he push it off the block? The last touch says no. It's a good challenge. We've got yellow cards being dished out. That either went to Gianni or to Benjamin Toniutti. And Ferdinando Giorgi is doing absolutely the right thing here. Just take all the heat out of the situation. They're nearly there.
Momento di pensare una cosa alla volta. Una cosa. Di sezione si continua senza fretta. Vai, siamo legati. State attenti alla rete come hai fatto prima. Vai noi, forza.
That's the timeout of a very, very experienced coach who's seen it all before. Italy just need to get themselves back focused again. Jouffroy needs another strong serve. Sent down the line in the direction of Michieletto. And there's another block. There's another block. Romano runs into the block. Chinanese, one of a gang of 3 in there, and Gapeth was right alongside him as well, and no way through. Boyer there as well. Between them, they sent that back. That's 2 points that France have clawed back. And another timeout called by Italy. Say what you like about France, they don't know when they're beaten, and they've refused to give this one up.
Non è perché adesso manca un punto, vediamo come va, ragioniamo. Se abbiamo sempre la palla comoda, la tiriamo, se non ce l'abbiamo comoda, continuiamo a fare quello che c'è.
4 points in a row. France are daring to dream of the impossible comeback here. And Italy are dreaming of one thing: side out. Jouffroy. Skids it over the net court again. Gianelli sends it backside. Romano sends in a hot one. Some rescue that from Jouffroy, and has he caught the line? He has, and Gapeth. Oh, Jouffroy with a dig in the back row there. I mean, the finish from Ngapeth was terrific, but that pickup from Jouffroy, this could be match-saving. Slid down the line, and France claw to within 2 here, yeah. They all know who saved that point. Quentin Jouffroy, who stays on serve now. Skips that one over. Gianelli will send it to Lavia. Off the block and away. Match point Italy at last. They seem to have been stuck on 13 points forever. But they're on the brink now. Riccardo Spertoli will replace Simone Anzani, looking to serve Italy into the World Championship semi-finals. It's a nice dipper. Tonuti picks it up. The block is not going to be anywhere near in, and Gapeth keeps France alive. They're within 2, and I tell you, if they win this point and no timeouts available for Italy, the nerves will be jangling. Another massive, massive moment in this extraordinary match. Boye at 12-14 down. Goes for an aggressive one. It's a good one as well. A really nice pass, though. And that's too good. Lavia sends Italy to the semi-finals. For all the talk about French resilience, and that's rightly talked about, what about Italy? Fighting back from a set down, from 2-1 down, then running away with the tiebreaker, holding their nerve. And the Olympic champions, the VNL champions,